Yo, so today I'm going to be making a melodic piano melody from scratch, kind of like something you would hear on Rod Wave's new album. Alright, so I have the just basic keyscape grand C7 piano loaded up, and I'm just going to mess around with something on the MIDI and then find something I like. I know I want to add this kind of thing where it's like, I think that sounds really cool, and a lot of the melodies that I heard on there were like more softer piano melodies, like you can't really hear the chords, and it's kind of just like bouncy, I guess. I don't really know how to explain it, but I'm gonna go ahead, pick a BPM, probably just like tap it out around 150. So I guess we're gonna go with 153, go up here, record notes and automations, and then just mess around until I find something. And I'm gonna try to do like a cute hand cam. I don't really know. Alright, so I think I'm going to use this pattern that I just played out as kind of like a base layer, and then go in and add some like lower velocity notes that kind of bring it all together. So now I'm going to go through and just kind of tweak the notes so they're more towards the grid just by dragging with Alt. So here, this one should be like there. And the reason I drag everything with Alt is because it makes it feel more human if everything's not like dead on the grid. So even though I'm sort of quantizing it, it's still gonna sound like an actual person played it and not a robot. That velocity needs to be lower, and this needs to get strummed, which it's not gonna do it, so I'm just gonna do it by hand. Just bring some of this stuff over. Yes, that sounds pretty cool. Delete the ends again. And then also something I've been doing is moving it up to A. So now it's in A minor. And then once I put it up here, then I'll duplicate the bass notes down again just to make it sound real full. And then I'm just going to go in with some like low velocity notes. So I'm going to put this down, Shift D to make it the size of a cell, and then just kind of create some other little patterns and stuff just to kind of spice it up a little bit. Yeah, so that little like roll there and the little two notes at the beginnings really just add something. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do the same kind of thing on the second half. And I'm just going to copy this over and then probably adjust the notes. And then I want to fill in this like with actual like velocity notes. So I'm going to select that, hold Alt so it goes to the normal position. And then maybe just like kind of a note in here. Alright, so this is probably going to be like the finished pattern. So let's listen to this real quick, make sure everything sounds good. Yes, that sounds pretty cool. It loops pretty good. Yeah, so it loops pretty good. So this is going to be it for the like main piano. And then I'm going to go ahead and change this out to the cinematic. Just has a little bit more like emotion, more reverb. Yes, that just sounds a little cooler. And then I'm going to go over here to the A section and then bring this down. And then I'm also going to strum this one. Yeah, so it's going to be pretty much it for that melody. Maybe go change it up later, but we're going to go back into Omnisphere and grab a Rhodes, but I don't want to grab the Lush Rhodes that I always use. I have no clue where it is. I'm just going to go into all, and then I think I know what it's called, so it shouldn't be that hard. Yeah, so it's this Rhodes Classic amp. I've been using this one a lot. It sounds a little bit different than the normal one I use. And you get those little like keys lifting up sound effect in it, so I think that's pretty cool. Adds a little something to it. And then I'm just gonna copy the bass triad, so it's here. Then I'm gonna normalize the velocities. Do the same thing here. And then I'm actually gonna use the 7th instead of a triad here, just because I really like the way this 7th sounds in particular. Yes, that sounds pretty cool, and this will sit in the background with a bunch of reverb. So I'm going to go ahead and strum it. And then randomize the velocities and bring them down. And then I'm going to go ahead into, I'm going to go boo bass. I found a bass in Contact, but it sounds kind of weird. So I'm just going to stick with boo bass and kind of get like a bass rhythm going. And then just kind of make some chops and make it real groovy, I guess. I think this first section's pretty cool, but I do want to alter the velocities. So all these like short little chops I'm going to bring down, and it'll just give it a cool little effect. Yeah, and then I'm going to copy this over and then just move it to the bass notes here. That little roll at the end will sound pretty cool, like going into the drums. So now we're going to go back into Omnisphere, probably grab another piano to do like a high-end top line sort of thing. And then maybe an electric guitar after, but I'm not really sure. So I think I want to use I'm going to use the softest piano, I think. Yeah, and then just do like a super simple top line, trying not to overcomplicate it. Probably still will. so that's really nice. And then copy that over and then make some adjustments. Maybe bring this sort of thing down. Oh, we could do this where we duplicate the last little thing up and then alt and bring it over just a little bit, so it'll give it kind of like a strum. And then bring those velocities down. Oh, and before I forget to mention it, I figured out why the OBS was making my voice sound robotic for no reason. Apparently, if you spike in volume, so like when I turn my mic on, it spikes in volume. So apparently when I was turning it on and off, then it was spiking in volume and then totally messing up the whole thing. Yeah, so I think I am gonna grab a guitar. I'm gonna go with the one I always use, the bluesy lead. So you go into guitars, and then where is it? Melody, kind of lower, I guess. I'm not really sure. And then I think I'm gonna go into contact and then find like some kind of weird accent mallet just to finish it off and kind of differentiate the melody. And I only have the free version of contact, so I'm pretty sure you can download the contact player and you'll have all of these sounds if you get like the starter pack. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna use this one, but it sounds like this. It's just a nice little like wind instrument. And then probably just like play one note. Yeah, so I think that's it for the melody. Then I'm gonna go ahead, route this to the mixer, and then do the mixing, and then I'll let you know what I do with it. Probably just some reverb, imager, and then I think I'm gonna end up reversing that Rhodes for like an intro or something, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, so I think that's gonna be about it for the mixing. Very simple. So on the main piano, just cut the lows, kept it dry, didn't add any reverb. On the Rhodes, cut the lows and kind of did this fade the highs, and then lots of reverb, turn the decay up and the size up, and then imager boosted all the way. Nothing on the piano top line, nothing on the guitar, on the flute wind instrument kind of thing, just did the pancake as like, because I want it to be like a background ambient sound, and then nothing on the boo bass. So now I'm gonna go ahead and render the piano out, and then I can normalize this, reverse it. So I think that should go there, and then unnormalize it, and then drop everything else in, and then slice it down the middle just so it's like easier to take out certain parts, then arrange it so I can lay out the stems later, and then cut that last chord of the Rhodes, every other one, just to keep it kind of interesting. So now that'll sound like this before the intro. Alright, so now just kind of listen through and take stuff in and out. So I'm probably going to do something like this. Have that come out, go back in there. Yeah, and then I think I'm just going to lower the guitar a little bit. Probably just because it's different in the headphones, but it's a little bit loud. So now I'm going to go ahead and lay out stems. And then I'm going to go on the master, do what I usually do for my piano melodies, which is grab ambience, create an automation clip, then go to Finisher Micro, free plugin, very good, and grab like a filter preset. So I like to use this one. Yeah. So also create an automation clip for that, and then just kind of create a more interesting intro. So something like that, and then it'll come back up real quick before the drums drop. And then the filter thing will kind of fade out like that, and then come back in here. And then same with the reverb, so it's a nice looping point thing. And then with this, I think I want to make it like this because it cut off really fast. Yes, that's pretty cool. And then bring it down just because I always like to put like the final loop on top. Just makes sense to me. Do Control A, render this out, and then probably pitch it up one and then add like a crinkle effect.